Now, Queen Elizabeth delivers her annual Christmas message. This is just under 10 minutes.
Everything's Thank you, Granny. You're welcome. Thank you. There we are. Christmas is, for most of us, a time for a break from work, for family and friends, for presents, turkey, and crackers. But we should not lose sight of the fact that these are traditional celebrations around a great religious festival, one of the most important in the Christian year. Religion and culture are much in the news these days, usually as sources of difference and conflict, rather than for bringing people together. But the irony is that every religion has something to say about tolerance and respecting others. For me, as a Christian, one of the most important of these teachings is contained in the parable of the Good Samaritan, when Jesus answers the question, "Who is my neighbor?" It is a timeless story of a victim of a mugging who was ignored by his own countrymen, but helped by a foreigner, and a despised foreigner at that. The implication drawn by Jesus is clear. Everyone is our neighbor, no matter what race, creed, or color. The need to look after a fellow human being is far more important than any cultural or religious differences.
I work within the health service.
Health service,
I'm a member of the Royal College of Nursing. Do a lot of work around diversity within the workplace.
It's wonderful work to be doing.
Most of us have learned to acknowledge and respect the ways of other cultures and religions. But what matters even more is the way in which those from different backgrounds behave towards each other in everyday life. It is vitally important that we should all participate and cooperate for the sake of the well-being of the whole community. Where are you from?
I'm from Brighton, where I lived 32 years. She's born Brighanian.
Presumably the work has expanded a lot, hasn't it?
Especially in interfaith work.
Yeah.
Interrelation and community relations and helping to understand the diversity and value it, appreciate that. I think we're moving towards the right things now.
We have only to look around to recognize the benefits of this positive approach in business or local government, in sport, music, and the arts. There is certainly much more to be done and many challenges to be overcome. Discrimination still exists. Some people feel that their own beliefs are being threatened. Some are unhappy about unfamiliar cultures. They all need to be reassured that there is so much to be gained by reaching out to others, that diversity is indeed a strength and not a threat. We need also to realize that peaceful and steady progress in our society of differing cultures and heritage can be threatened at any moment by the actions of extremists at home or by events abroad. We can certainly never be complacent, but there is every reason to be hopeful about the future. As I make visits around the country, I see at first hand the effort being made to bring communities together.
What do you think of our Gurdwara?
It's very interesting. Very nice to see it.
Comparable to Amritsar?
It's easier to see here. And then, of course, you're expanding it too.
That's right. I mean, it's a lot, as the ladies have said and the gentlemen will say, so much work with the community and the youngsters goes on.
Wonderful work.
The Duke of Edinburgh has been involved with interfaith activities for many years.
it doesn't really matter which religious community they belong to, because if they're all, in a sense, inspired by the Ark and by the conservation, then they're all doing something together without compromising their beliefs in any way, and yet still being able to work together.
The idea that the churches and the aid agencies might perhaps talk to each other a bit more, get together a bit more, is a very good idea.
And the Prince of Wales is well known for his work with many different communities.
On behalf of the London East Academy, I feel privileged to welcome His Royal Highness Prince Charles to our humble school. The Muslim community in East London has always needed an Islamic secondary school to inform the young generation of Muslims the importance of education, and also how important it is to understand the basic contents of Islam.
Because I've always found fascinating because so much of Islam is based on interpretation, isn't it? By one scholar or another, of what was actually said or not said. So do you have to take it away back home and try and memorize all these?
Yeah.
Have you got tapes to listen to as well?
Yeah, yes.
Do they work?
Now, by the grace of Allah, London Muslim Centre will play host to a new breed of Muslims who will show Londoners the true qualities of Muslims: intelligent, kind, moderate, and caring towards every other British citizen, whatever colour, religion or creed.
The positive approach of our children should inspire us all. I certainly recognize that much has been achieved in my lifetime. I believe tolerance and fair play remain strong British values, and we have so much to build on for the future. It was for this reason that I particularly enjoyed a story I heard the other day about an overseas visitor to Britain who said the best part of his visit had been travelling from Heathrow into central London on the tube. His British friends were, as you can imagine, somewhat surprised, particularly as the visitor had been to some of the great attractions of the country. "What do you mean?" they asked. "Because," he replied, "I boarded the train just as the schools were coming out. At each stop, children were getting on and off. They were of every ethnic and religious background, some with scarves or turbans, some talking quietly, others playing and occasionally misbehaving together, completely at ease and trusting one another. How lucky you are," said the visitor, "to live in a country where your children can grow up in this way." I hope they will be allowed to enjoy this happy companionship for the rest of their lives. A happy Christmas to you all.